Hey, what is up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to this is session 33. I believe, yes, session 33 of the Strife of Aradiel. We do have everybody here tonight. We got a hype train going on. First thing in the chat there, starting out with Plem, then J-Jock throwing out 5 of the gifted subs there. We appreciate it so much. Then we have another one up there. Cowl Bomb resubbed. And J-Jock, that was 5 plus your resub already there too. Love it. Good night. Hey Liz, I didn't see you in there, but good night. Thank you for coming through and saying hello and then saying goodbye. We appreciate it. Come by sometime and actually check out the show. We have a lot of fun right now. We're just waiting on Ragnar to... He has some technical issues going on. Let's get the whole group in here while I'm running my mouth. And I know I look wild today, everybody. Listen. We're not going to put too much attention on that. I know I'm looking crazy. I just started a new job today. I've been up since very early, and I had to rush home. So if I'm looking a little droopy in the eyes here, I'm tired. I don't blame it on age. Don't hurt me like that. The hydrate, I do need it. Y'all can probably hear my voice already. What is up, everybody? How's it going?
Sup?
Sup?
Hello.
What's up?
Let's always look crazy, old Plem. You are a liar and a hater. When I'm well rested, and if I shave, I got a baby face, and I hate it. But although I'm older now, so I got the forehead wrinkles, so the baby face is not quite as effective. If anything, I look like the baby from Who Framed Roger Rabbit with a little cigar in his. No, nobody. All right. Anyways.
Sorry, my Twitch keeps freezing. I have to keep refreshing the page constantly.
Oh no. See? Technical issues are abound tonight, gentlemen. That's all right. We will make do. First
Don't
off,
remind me to keep checking if it's working.
No worries. You good over there, Ragnar?
I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm sharing my screen. I don't know if...
Let me pop back over there. Y'all bear with us. We are going to get this all figured out real quick here. All right, so yada, yada, yada. Okay, so, yeah, create channel. Is that what you did right there? Create channel.
Yeah.
I would just put in, like, browser. Type something there, whatever you want the channel to be.
For Google Chrome?
Yep, there you go. Click that. And you got that channel there. Click on it next to, like, say where it says personal mix. Click right there. Are you getting that sound now?
See, because the weird thing is he's
Yeah.
still hearing us through
You hear
Google
it?
Chrome.
There it is. I'm a little less familiar with that one because that's like the beta that's out for everybody, and mine is the regular one's like 2.6 or something, so it's not the exact same. But like I said, it's a cool way to help you split up all your different audios there and stuff. That's how I keep the music from blasting my ears out. All right. Well,
I do, but it sounds so low.
is it really low? Then what you might need to do is turn up the source. Like if you go to the wavelength, that's gonna be your primary control on everything. Like most other things, you can keep them turned all the way up. Check your like the personal output or whatever. Yeah, so you turn that speaker up.
Okay.
All right. Well, with that, why don't we go ahead and review just some of what we had going on last week. Now, why don't we get back in our vibe with all this? It all disappeared. That wasn't y'all. That was me. All right. So, Last session, you all did finally make your way up towards the icy region under the control of Fristfell, off into the mountains, searching for the next hidden location of the last known artifact. Climbing your way up a mountain that none are known of made it up prior. Odd time shifts and warps and strange things happening on along the way. Coming to a kind of confusing puzzle that you still manage to solve and make your way up and finally to the peak where you all did find yourselves reaching some kind of village. This village, no simple village though, these buildings, massive, which is fitting as the residents, the giants of this village, would need such large structures. Now, Finvarr, being the ever-curious mouse that he is, decided to wander right directly upon one of these they found out there doing some farming in her yard there. Now, that's kind of an odd place. Keep in mind, it's always still snowing down, but they still seem to have some kind of cold resistance crops. These almost kind of pale looking corn stalks coming from the ground, which he made his way through and decided to directly confront one of these giants, a frost giantess. She, without any words, approached and swiftly scooped away. Torin trying to intervene. For a moment there, Jasper started to make his approach, but quickly deciding to take a different approach. Something like that. It's pretty similar. And Torin managing to get away as well, thanks to a little bit of magic there. Finvarr, unfortunately, getting scooped right up, tossed into a sack, and brought into the building there. Now, before we kind of push forward from there, just want to handle a little something here. So now, keep in mind, they weren't here last session, but for the sake of continuity, Ragnar and Ira were there, following along, somewhat quiet but present. Now, Ragnar, there was a couple of days in between leaving Midway and reaching these mountains there. Now, over that time frame, a certain right had come time. But as you went to pay the agreed upon balance, you found that when the blade did its work, the wound healed over. There was no damage done, and with a whisper from your patron, advised that with your actions and you passing the challenge you did, that you've been freed from that side of the contract as a kind of act of good faith on Brisker's part. Of course, along with a slight warning not to forget it. Which brings us back to today, as you all stand outside. Now, Finvarr, when she brought you inside this place, darkness as you swung about inside of that sack there, and then finally you hear something lift up. Sounds almost like a chest being opened. And then suddenly the whole world flips as you're poured out of the bag. By the time your eyes are adjusting back from the darkness there, you realize you're in what appears to be a house, a normal size house, although the roof did just closed down. As you look around, you realize, I mean, it's a house more or less, but there's something strangely fabricated about it. The details seem simplified. The doors are merely grooves in walls. They don't actually open. What windows there are barred over. And sitting just outside of that, you can see through that large window as the frost giant grabs over, pulls a chair, and sits down.
I'm super scared, okay? I really don't want to mess it up. I'm looking like through the window. And I want to take a look around to see if, I don't know, if there's another giant or anything, any details on the room, of the room itself, outside of the house, my little house.
You see no other giants inside of there. It looks to be a small, simple cottage out there. You can see off to the side a little fire pot hanging over a little inside cooking station. Just beyond that, a fireplace burns. The tables are covered with food and random crops. Other than that, she sits there kind of just staring through the larger window on the front side of this little, what by now you've kind of seem to recognize what appears to be a giant dollhouse.
Hello? You know I can see you are seeing me, right? Hello?
Yes, I see you, little one.
You talk... You talk common? I mean...
Some. It's not my best language, but we do remember some from old time. What are you doing here? How many of you are there?
A few, but I mean... We were traveling. The maids, the one with the pistol that explodes, the one with the saber, and Ira. We're 5 in total.
There are 5 of you.
Yeah, but I mean,
Are
we
they
are
still out in the
travelers,
crops?
okay? No, not at all. They are far from here. I was an explorer.
I hope they don't approach the village too fast. If they're lucky, maybe they'll find their way here. I'm sorry. I'm certain that I frightened you. I know
mean,
my
you
actions
sure
were quick,
did.
but
You grabbed me like I was some piece of, rabbit or something for the stew. I was scared. Okay.
well, believe me, the alternative, if it had been someone else, it might have been much worse. We
So
don't get
you were-
many small folk around here. It's
Who were
been
protecting me then from the others.
in a sense. Maybe not protecting exactly, but I wanted to at least offer you and your friends a choice before the little one vanished. And you said there are more? 5 total, counting yourself?
Yeah. 5 total, counting myself. Yeah.
Let's just hope they're lucky enough they don't run into anybody else in the town.
I mean, I can go. I can go find them. I can hide. Okay. I didn't hide from you. I went, like. I wanted to say hello. Okay. I didn't think this was bad.
It's not so much bad, you must understand. It's just that things here are probably not what you're used to where you're from. And we don't get many of your kind around here. When they do, well, the law is very clear. I've broken it myself just by bringing you inside my own home. We're supposed to take you to the Primus as soon as any little folk are spotted. But
The primates?
the Primus,
The Primus.
yes,
What's that?
he is our leader. one chosen from all the tribes. The best of each tribe goes forward when the time comes, and the best of them is Primus. And when little folks like you come, you are supposed to be taken to the Primus.
Sincerely, did any of the small folk that went to talk to them came back?
Well, no, but there's things at play here that might seem awfully strange to a little one such as yourself. You see, any who of your type who is to meet the Primus, if you are to remain, then there is but, well, a task that must be complete. But before we can allow such a task, such an attempt even, you must prove yourself with
I think we're talking the same language then. I mean, aside from common, okay? But I will look my party then and we'll prove ourselves. I'm really, really assured we can do it. Sounds nice?
You think you can convince them to join us here then?
Sure. I mean, I said to them and we'll be on our way.
She steps up, again towering over this table that the dollhouse sits upon, and you can feel it all kind of almost like an earth shake as the whole building tilts a little bit and then leans. And then she steps and walks over and takes you towards the door there, aiming you face out. One second.
I don't know to which side the doorway went. I mean, bastard. He brought me into this. But he's losing it. I'm having a new friend and he doesn't.
So she has stepped towards the door, holding it and kind of turning it sideways, leaning you so you're with the window you're looking out is facing out towards the rest of the fields there.
I mean, do I have to work to see any of the party that's outside in the forest?
What is the rest of the group doing? So with that, let's kind of shift it over for just a second and kind of see. Now, after he was snatched up and you all kind of retreated back towards the post there, what were you all up to? What did you all go to do?
Big thing wants to eat us. Not good. They have Finvarr.
All right. I think we gotta create a distraction. We gotta do something so somebody can sneak in there and get him out.
I don't know if a distraction is the best because there's so many other giants around here. I think sneaking in is probably better. Oh, a copper piece. I'll bend down and pick it up.
Oh no.
Hey, last one was good. It turned out to be a charm of blessing. So,
That's true.
Sure to be
That's
good.
true. There's definitely not any bad ones floating around out there. That never happens.
Elemental plane of water.
I mean, that depends on your definition of bad.
Okay, fair enough.
And it is
For
just
me,
a copper piece. Add 1 copper. He said that like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
It's handy.
Yeah, excellent.
It's like, what if he finds silver and gold pieces on the ground?
Oh no.
I should do that and just widen. Like, depending on which one they roll for or which one they put out there, I'll just widen what the range is. Like a gold piece is like 1 through 5 is a curse, or 1 through 5 is a curse. 16 through 20 is a blessing. Anyway, so what do you find gentlemen doing out there? As well, Torrance apparently freaking out.
Well, if we want to sneak, I can cast Pass Without Trace so we can get a bit closer.
She
You're muted,
wasn't happy.
Gaspar.
She wasn't happy with us.
Yeah. Do we see any windows? And how high, if so, how high above the ground are they? Otherwise, it's the door.
So, from where you all are standing, no signs of windows there. From those sides of the building, though. But judging by the structure, anything like that is going to be about anywhere from 8 to 10 feet off the ground, judging from like the formation of the building.
Well, one of us want to scout around the perimeter and then report back and see what we find, while will the rest of us go through our ideas and our resources?
Yeah, I can cast Pass Without a Trace and try and sneak around the building and see what's going on.
I can go with you if you'd like.
Sure.
All right, and Torin, are you flying? Are you walking?
Oh, I'm walking. I'm used
Walking.
to I'm used to foliage and everything around me.
All right.
And I'll cast Path Without a Trace on me and Torin then.
So let me go ahead and get those rolls. Let me get some stealth checks.
Stealth check plus 10. 26.
Nice. As if there's like that much of a chance of it not being something insane.
With Path Without a Trace.
36.
30s. So, as Ira goes disappearing off into the foliage there, but then he looks behind him and somehow Torin has managed to vanish even beyond his vanishing. Looks over, there he is. Then he's not. Then he's over there again. He's just moving quickly, but silently. And then hitting over on the other side of the building here, you all do find some windows, or a large bay window off to the side of the building there.
Alright, looks like we could get in through here potentially.
And as you guys are approaching off to the side there and trying to get up, how are you? Are you climbing? Are you walking up there? Let me rewind this a little bit, matter of fact.
I could wild shape into a spider and climb up. And you still have your broom, right, Torin?
Yes, I do.
Broom and spider.
Broom and spider.
All right. So you're wild shaping into a spider?
I will wild shape into what spider do I have? I know I have a spider, a giant wolf spider.
A giant wolf spider. Okay, I was gonna say like a little bitty spider, because
No, I knew I had one listed.
so that is gonna take. What do we got there? Take you all up. Kind of peeking through there. Curtains are slightly drawn but not entirely closed together on each side, so sitting through you can see off inside of the building there. When you guys are as you guys are watching from that side, you see as she stomps over, walks over to the dollhouse there and lifts up the ceiling, opening up and pouring what you assume is Finvarr inside before dropping it back down, going over, grabbing a chair. And then from where you guys are looking, she sits down and is seemingly just leaning in
This
You hear
this
little
an
grumbles here and
entertainment
there.
tour. This is entertainment tour, Torrid. She tortures us for fun. She has a dollhouse set up for people of our size already.
I mean, do I have I finished talk to her or?
So at this point, you two are still sitting there kind of having your back and forth. They're not hearing this outside the glass window there, which from your guys' side, this glass is probably, you know, a good 1.5 feet thick. Maybe not quite that thick, but, you know, pretty thick.
Wait, I just realized I wild shaped into a spider. I must look like a common household pest to her now.
Yeah, a giant spider too, so it's literally just like
A normal
a normal spider,
to us.
yeah.
So, Mrs. Giant.
Give me 1 second, Finvarr, because we're going to loop you back in right now. You guys have kind of already played out your little window there. But that is about when, as you guys are peeking through the windows, when you can see her go over and stand up, grab hold of the box there and kind of pull it up, and then turning it around, kind of spinning it with that window. As it does, you guys can see on the inside, Finvarr in there trying to keep his balance through that barred bay window before he turns and she starts walking towards the door again, or towards the door and opening up, and that's where she stands as you all are outside.
She's playing with her food.
Oh
This
my
isn't
gosh.
cool.
She's taunting him when she's showing how close freedom is, but he can't get to.
She's gonna put him in a little tutu and then boil him in a stew.
All right. So now what are you doing there, Finvarr? You're inside. Are you calling out for your friends, or what is everybody doing at this point?
Guys, are you there? I mean, by there I mean hiding in the garden or something. Hello?
Would me or Torin hear that from this window that we're at?
So she's slightly cracked open the top of the roof there. Go ahead and give me a perception check from both of you.
Okay. Perception. Natural 1.
Natural
plus
1.
6 to 7.
Where'd he
Torin,
go?
you don't hear the words exactly, but you do hear kind of the very faint, what sounds somewhat like a distant screams from Finvarr, which you are somewhat familiar with.
Oh, he's dying, Ira. He's dying.
You can hear him? Oh no.
He's
Wait.
screaming in there.
I'm gonna look at the giant and say, I don't know. I mean, they left me there. I don't know where they are. Okay, they ran to the.
Well,
No wait. Maybe they abandoned me.
would they leave you like that?
Ira, do we just leave?
It's not the first time. Okay, I was in
I
prison
don't know if we
once,
can get a chance
and they
of this.
didn't come to help me. Okay,
They left you in prison.
I had
Well,
to break out myself, but
I'm not
it's
so
okay,
sure
it's
that they're
fine.
going to be able to pass any challenges if that's their attitudes. And she closes the lid and turns around, walks back
No.
inside.
No, Jasper. Yeah.
Did we were we close enough to actually see any details of the dollhouse?
So from where you guys were, kind of peeking over there, you are somewhat hidden through the cornfield and everything like that, but enough to see it. Not super detailed, but it looks like a very kind of a simple Victorian style little dollhouse that has no real doors to speak of. But you notice where she lifted it up from the roof.
Okay. What I'm really asking is it based on what we saw? Does it look like a plaything, or does it look like a prison or like a cage, a bird cage?
It looks like a toy. It looks like something that, you know, some kind of a fancy noble daughter would have in her room.
Okay.
Just
so
a very
this is
large
obviously
version of it.
crazy. Yeah. It's just,
She's obviously
Loopy. yeah. Okay.
all right. What are y'all doing?
Ragnar, I did not prepare. I prepared for an assault, not for a infiltration. Do you have anything that might be able to help us?
Can't hear you, Ragnar. Nope. Oh.
Well, let's wait till the others get back and let's see if they can find a way in. I think, other than the windows, the only other way in is the chimney, and that's probably a really bad idea in this wintry climate. Probably a good way to get barbecued. So Ragnar and I will wait till the other two come back
All right.
with their report.
Ira, Finvarr, what are you guys doing over there? Still over near the windowsill.
I don't think we'll be able to get it. It seems like she's keeping her eyes on Finvarr there.
Look, I can take a shot
Okay.
and make her scared of me. And then you go in, get them out. Or we just go back and get the rest.
I think we need all of us here. I don't know if me and you alone can do this, man. She's just toying with them, treating them like a rag doll.
I think you're right, but
I don't know. To her, your gun, well, it may pack a punch and scare us. I don't know if she'd hear it as anything more than a little pop.
I think you're right. So you'll get the rest.
Yeah, we should head back to Jasper and Ragnar.
Sorry, Dan, one more thing.
Yeah.
While they're out and about, I'd like us to keep watch, take a rear guard, look for the closest, moving giants, see where the nearest settlement or home is, just so that we know how much time we have in case another giant comes.
So the nearest home from where you guys are currently standing, you can see it's not extremely far off, but it's about maybe 200 feet off in another direction from where their own the postings for their own little farm, whatever they're growing on that side is starts at. And then of course the lands are pretty big themselves, so but you got a good bit of distance. Every so often, if you peek out from the post up the little kind of slightly beaten in trail that goes up further into the village, you might see a different, a storm giant or a hill giant go walking by one direction or the other, but none seem to be coming down this way.
All right. Well, Ragnar, I have a way to talk to Finvarr before we go in. So before we do anything, we'll just double check with him. He can give us the lay of the land on the inside, see if there's anything we can take advantage of to help him escape.
Not hearing you, Ragnar.
All right, just waiting back
check.
for the others.
There you go.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try
Okay.
turning it off and on again.
Yeah. How do you how are you gonna talk to him?
Simple sending spell.
Oh. Oh shoot! You know how to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't needed to do that with us because we haven't split the party until now, but here we go.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have any way of trying to get in there, so that's a smart idea. I got this new thing that I could do like a cloud of darkness, but they'll still see that. Doesn't really help us get through anything, because I don't think any of us could see through it. But if we need a distraction,
Okay, fair. Sounds good. We'll wait for the others to come back.
All right, are you guys doing anything other than rejoining the group? See Torrance
we're gonna
mischievous
go
eye.
back.
Oh, okay. He was thinking, what's some bullshit I can do real quick? All right, so moments later, they are rejoining you, men. You're back inside. She's sat you down on the table there. She did go over to the opposite table where you can see has all the cooking stuff and reached in and grabbed a big chunk of something, a piece of meat that looks to be almost like some kind of a massive, doesn't quite look like a chicken leg, but it's a big hunk of something. She goes over and don't think we have anything your size, but hopefully this will do. And she rips off a large chunk of it and sets it inside of on a little plate inside of the dollhouse for you. So you are looking at a mound of meat that's basically about at least 10 times your body mass.
Why did you rip it apart from the big part? Okay, that wasn't enough. I'm joking.
Oh, I thought we'd have dinner together. I'm hungry too, you know. And she
I'm going to
tears in the other half of it.
Without talking, I mean, to eat as much as possible.
All right. And what are you guys doing out there? So the rest of the group has rejoined together.
All right, gents, what's the best way in?
Well, there's a large window on is that the west side of the building there, Risen, where me and Torin were?
Correct.
There's a large window on there that we could see in, and it looked like she was playing with Finvarr as if he was a doll, so...
He was screaming in there.
All right, so can we all get in the window without effort?
Did we check for that?
No,
Is the window open?
It was
open.
quite thick glass. I imagine it'd be too heavy for us to push open, given its size.
I think just break it.
Oh, by the way, you guys are just talking to a giant spider, also.
That's a
Just an
nightmare.
FYI.
Creepy. Can we get
That's
under the
not very
door?
nice.
What is it? So the windows? You still think the window's the best way in?
The curtain. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the curtains were slightly drawn, so if we could get in on the outer edges, we could avoid being seen most likely.
Okay. Well, whatever way we decide to go in, just before we go in, I'll send a short message to Finvarr and ask him for the layout of the room inside, so he can tell us how to take advantage of any way in.
Hopefully you
Alright.
don't get screaming in response. It was pretty scary.
All right. And as you are digging into your food in there, that mound of meat that in that brief time he has made a actually frightening amount of damage into, then you hear Jasper's voice come. That message there. What are you saying to him, Jasper?
I've got 25 words, and he can respond. I say, "Are you okay? We are about to enter through the west window. The window. What's it like inside? You can reply."
I'm simply going to say, like, with my belly full, say, Jasper is really good in here. So, you didn't abandon me. I'm okay, by the way. Come inside.
I'll turn to the rest of the party and replay or restate that exactly, and then follow up with, "I'm so confused." He seems to think it's okay, so knock on the front door or burst through the window. What do you guys think?
If he think, are we sure he's not being held in duress?
That's a good question. DM, did I sense any sign of pain or, stress in his voice?
I mean,
So, as much
would
as
say
the
actually,
Yeah, I was gonna say, as much as magic can like translate it properly, I'm not. That's coming through like in a psychic kind of way or whatever like that. It's weird to hear a person like talking psychically, yet somehow they still sound like they have food in their
Right.
mouth.
Only Finvarr would be able to.
Like he's mentally adding that into his message. He's like, oh, it's good.
Well, I think we're gonna have to pull a Samwise Gamgee and burst in the door and say, "Hands off, Longshanks!"
Yeah.
It actually fits that time.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, gents, let's go. Let's go get him. Be prepared.
All right. So,
Okay.
regathering there, back in the front of the door now. As you get there,
Yeah.
you find that the door itself is slightly ajar, not hanging wide open, but enough space for any of you to pass through single file there. Even peeking past, you do see still the giant sits there with this massive chunk of meat, and that little glimpse you can see into the window there. You can just barely see the top of Finvarr's head, but every so often you see him throw his head back, and almost like a seagull devouring things whole without chewing, just sliding food back into his mouth and continuing to go at it.
She's fattening him up for the spit.
She's already eaten them. We're too late.
All right, are we? Let's. We're sneaking in the door, and I think it's time to sling some spells, right?
Potentially.
I mean, as I'm finishing the last food I have in my mouth, I say, hold on, Mrs. Giant. I mean, my friends are coming. Okay, I had contact with them in a weird way, but I talked to them. I mean,
And she turns and looks towards the door where a lot of you are gathered there, peeking in like borrowers. Oh. You frighten me, little folks. She stands up and goes walking over towards the door, towards you all. Grabs hold of it and swings.
At her.
Shoot the crossbow at her. All right.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. Give me that shot.
Oops.
As a spider, could I try skittering up the door away from her?
You're gonna run up the door. All right.
Run up the door. I'm a spider still.
It's 24 to hit, and let's see, 14 plus 20 points of radiant damage.
20 points.
Charging in.
All right, so that fires off and strikes her in the shoulder, bursts with that radiant energy.
She tried to grab me. She grabbed Finvarr, put him in a cage, and came charging toward us.
No. Hey,
She stumbles back, leans against you. You're inside of the dollhouse, which as she stumbles back and leans against, and it tips over and writes itself back out. And she reaches her hands out. No, there's no need for this. Calm yourselves. I understand. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But we need not take this route, little folk.
She's right, Jasper.
Let our friend go. I'm saying common because I don't speak giant.
Oh, he said let him go. That's saying giant.
She rightens herself up a little bit, grabs the bolt, and looks at it, almost just surprised at how much that damn thing hurt.
Yeah,
Tosses it on the ground.
toothpick-sized
Yeah, all right.
to her.
And she turns over, grabs the house, lifts it up and sets it on the ground. She lifts the top over and kind of sets it on its side there so you can climb out. You're now kind of walking along the walls that are tilted over.
I mean, I'm going to fly. I'm going to tap my boots and get flying like outside the house and say, Jasper, what are you doing? I thought I was the reckless one, okay? But
Why didn't you do that before?
what? I was trapped inside, okay? I couldn't.
Right behind him, an
Exactly,
empty
you
plate
were
rolls
trapped.
out.
I'm going to go to the giant woman and I look at her wound and say, Okay. This was a misunderstanding. Okay, he didn't mean it. He's a good person. Okay.
I don't blame your friend at all. Fortunately, I'm fine. Please,
Hold
if
on.
you all would sit down, I can provide you some food. I'm not sure that's not gonna take much out of my wares. And if you'll allow me, I can explain. I truly meant you no harm. In fact, I was just trying to make sure that you didn't get stuck in a situation far worse. She looks over towards Jasper, kind of getting the hint that she's waiting for some signs of, is she okay to drop her guard.
I'll lower the crossbow, but I'm not putting it away.
She steps over, walks over, grabs another plate, puts a single grape, a bunch of random stuff on there that is just massive to you all, and goes and sets it down right beside this what looks to be some kind of fur rug from some massive beast. Sets it down, takes little thimbles or something that she has in her place and goes and sets those down with little bits of, seems to be little dips in her alcohol wares before she crawls up and sits cross-legged right beside the space there. Feel free to indulge yourself, and I'll do my best to explain so that hopefully the heavy one there doesn't fire at me any longer. She watches you as you're gripping on the crossbow. You see... Good.
Question. Does it seem like, one, is Ira above the door?
Ira, are you still on the door there?
I think after witnessing that exchange, I'd come back down.
Okay.
So, come back down. Are you still a spider?
I think I'll drop the wild shape.
Okay, so as you're walking up, she does look concerned for a second, and her hands does lift until you change back. You are a strange lot. I'll give you that much. Anyways, let me just understand this. I know that my actions seemed quick, maybe even harsh, but it was not meant to be. You must understand that there is one rule around here when it comes to little folk who do happen to find their way up here. It doesn't happen very often, almost never, honestly, but it is a simple rule. Those little folk who make their way to the peak must be taken to the Primus. And once there, a challenge. You have to understand that we have been here for quite some time. Not sure. You all, I'm sure you've come from outside of the bubble, yes? Somehow managed to find your way here. We have no way of knowing how much time has truly passed on the outside, but me, my people, by last count, some 20,000 years we've spent trapped in an endlessness. It seems that there is no way out. Not for us anyways. Not that we've found. But we believe there is one place where it might be possible. That is at the true peak. At the floating mountain. Unfortunately, none of us can reach it, and even if we could, whatever's inside of it, we are far too large to explore or to do anything about. So, any little folk who come here are challenged. If you pass the test, then you are sent forward to hopefully set us free from this place. If not, then It was agreed upon by some members of some of the tribes long ago that any little folk who are not useful here are simply dangerous. I disagree with that mindset, which is why when I get a chance, I decided that I would interfere. Happen upon your friend, rather than take him straight to the Primus, I wanted to offer you all a choice. I don't know how you got in here. I don't even know if it's possible to get back out, but if there is, should you want to do so, well, now is your chance. Because once you go beyond this point, there will be no turning back.
Does she show any signs of deception, shifting her feet, looking away too often?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. Oh, great. 22.
She seems very sincere, and she also seems... She just has a certain kind of worriedness about her. She seems... You get the feeling that she's probably a rather compassionate type of person, from what you can tell.
And to clarify, she's still speaking common, or is she speaking giant?
She is. I'm putting it as simply as I can.
Okay.
It is a little broken up for her, so it's not perfect, but you guys are understanding it as I'm speaking it.
I'll sling my crossbow at that. And look to the others.
I told you it was something weird, but I didn't know we don't have any choice, basically.
But that's the point. You do have a choice. That's what I've given you.
But
Is a choice.
If we try to run, I mean, we wouldn't make it far. Not far
That I don't know.
away than you went. I mean, you didn't. I mean, I got stunned, okay, but the 20,000 years. That's a long time. I mean,
It's
I know it's rude, but how old are you?
well, I guess if we were to think of time as linear as it's supposed to be, then I guess that'd make me about 2,600 years old. I'm sorry, 20,600 years old. But you must understand, time here is broken, I suppose is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I look over to Tor, and Tor, that doesn't make sense at all, time-wise. How old? So, Fine Stamp lived how long ago?
Fine Stamp?
Barbarian?
What do you know of Fine Stamp?
Not much, other than we're following in his footsteps, trying to discover what he's done and potentially reverse some of his evils.
A little too much, I would say.
Of course. Well, if it's all the same, I would recommend, should you decide to go further forward from here, if you don't decide to turn back and run, as I would suggest you do, well, I would try to refrain from throwing that name around too easily.
Does he have anything to do with how you guys are trapped?
Yes. There are some who still refer to him as the Great Deceiver. He called us all here. It was a simple arrangement. He needed us to call upon many sides of the elements for him here in this place. And when we all did, Next thing we know, we were trapped here. His castle that had, as far as we knew, had stood there for 100 years or so. Some say longer, it's hard to say. No one really knows. There's different traces of it at different times, and then there's not. It's quite a enigma itself, but when we found ourselves trapped here, his castle gone, things floating, times shifting, us aging, but then not aging, some unaging. It's a nightmare in and of itself. You don't know what exactly he did, but, well, you can't imagine it. And I'm sure any of you who know any history of giants, it's not as if we all just naturally get along. I said we've been here 20,000 years, well, more than half of that was spent with the tribes warring against each other just because what else was there to do? Eventually, agreements were made. The role of the Primus was created. And now we, I suppose you could say, suffer in peace. For the most part.
This may sound off the wall, but what did Finestamp's castle look like? You mentioned it a couple times.
It was a large, dark structure. A number of different peaks, all twisted around the peak of the mountain.
Okay, just to be absolutely sure, I think I'm not making a connection here, but just in case, I'm going to pull out the drawing I have that I made of the castle of Carcassus from my dream walk, just to be absolutely sure that the castle of Carcassus is not Finestamp's castle. And so does it look, so nothing like this castle.
She leans over towards it and has to get real low. One moment, she goes over,
Oh yeah, it's
grabs a bottle, comes
we
back,
enlarge it,
smashes a
Byron?
bottle on the table, and
magnifying glass.
takes the thing and... No, it's not quite this, but... Well... There is at least one tower that has similar architecture, but not quite the same design as I recall it. Keep in mind, this is thousands of years of memory, so perhaps the images have shifted in my brain, but there is a resemblance, but it's not one for one.
Thanks.
Does the name Ragvar mean anything to you? To the people
Yes.
here?
Last we saw of Ragvar was, well, some time before all this happened. He had shown up with Findstamp. I'm not sure what they were doing, but him and Findstamp made their way to the castle. Findstamp never left, but Ragvar did. We never saw Findstamp come out of his castle, and then a couple years later, when the signal was given for us to call upon the power, well, here we are now.
Do you know if Ragvar ever returned to visit?
Well, considering that on that last visit, when he brought Findstamp up to his castle, he had him in shackles. I don't think that the last visit was all that friendly. Not sure they were exactly on speaking terms by the time the war was done. Our deal was very simple. We did our part. We were supposed to have a beautiful mountain range to ourselves. That was our deal. But whatever happened between them seemed to have soured it. Next thing we know, we're trapped here in the ice. You know, there are some of us who remember before this place iced over. It used to be gorgeous. Most beautiful flowers used to grow here. But those times are long gone, lost to histories, lost to others' histories.
Well, Jasper, I think we have a lot of thinking to do. Now that time is involved.
Agreed, and I'm a little worried about what's happening on the outside while we're here. But at the very least, maybe we could get some information about what we would find in this test.
Well, we also have... Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's very clear, guys. This sounds very familiar to the time, I mean, to our last mission. We went to the underground to get the relic. I mean, it really does connect, and both are makings of Feinstamp. I think the last relic is here, beyond the test.
Well, we also have this other issue now that if what she's saying is correct, is Feinstamp being forced? Or did he do something here
That
caused an issue with Ragnar?
Changes so many things. I'm Ragnar's gonna take out the book of Ragnar that he's had. I don't know what to believe anymore.
When did it say he disappeared? When did Ragnar disappear? How many years ago?
What does the book say again?
The exact date is always kind of a debated gray area, but more or less somewhere between about 950 to about 1100 years ago. Somewhere in that window of time is as much as they pointed it down. Which kind of just refers to him walking off and just kind of just being gone one day.
1,000 years ago, right? That's something around there. After the war, or after he defeated everything. That's what this says. But there's so much you've been learning.
Well, either this place is messing with time, or Ragnar has got his hands onto something that make him live an astronomical amount of time.
Ragnar, I don't know if what's in your book is a lie, or she's telling the truth. Even I don't know really, but you only can really believe in what you see, right? I mean, until this point, we only know that Feinstamp and Ragnar were related, but we don't really know all the story. I mean,
I know.
you cannot lose the faith or the trust in him, okay? I don't think he was bad. I don't know.
We know he fought those aberrations. Jasper, you've seen it in your visions. And you've been told by Caleb, right? So that's got to be real. But the stuff with Feinstamp, man, I don't understand. what we saw, the last place that's. I'm gonna look at the ring that's on my hand. The ghosts and everything. They said that it seemed like he was okay with all that.
They did say that. The sacrifice of all those souls.
And is there a fire going on?
There
Like a
is.
fireplace.
There is.
More like a bonfire to us, right?
But yeah.
Oh yeah, to you guys, it's basically a house burning down, like right over in the corner there.
I'm gonna look at the book and the Undersea Prince, he said that this isn't the real tale.
True.
We need to find out. I feel like everything that we're looking through, everything is all connected to him. To the true story, everything. We can't
Well-
believe these lies, and I'm gonna toss it into the fire.
Oh,
It falls short. It's just too far away.
Yeah.
No, when you toss it in there, you give it a good twirl to it. It flies in there, smacks against this massive, essentially a tree trunk that's sitting in there, and catches flame as it falls just to the edge of the fireplace, half open, and burns all the pages on the inside too, until just the casing is left flaming and smoldering. And while you guys take a minute to think about that, let's go ahead and take a quick break, everybody, and then we'll come back and we'll see what seems like Ragnar's having an existential crisis here. He's like, it's all been a lie, man. It's all a lie. But we'll come back, pick it up from there, and get right back into it. Let's get the right jam music playing here. There we go. All right, BRB, everybody.
Trigger as well.
That you did. I see you do have a memory trigger in there.
we got a 12 for the last pool of echoes
Get
slot.
some more pool of echoes in there. Nice. What's up, everybody? We are back now that they've had some time to think about the nonsense my brain has thrown them into. What's
What
everybody doing?
nonsense? Don't
You are
say
still
that.
sitting around with far more snacks. Anybody ever here seen the original Charlotte's Web? The old cartoon?
Right.
A long
Oh, the
time ago.
cartoon, yeah. Oh god.
When I was a kid,
long time ago, I don't remember
My
that.
favorite scene was the rat when he has the smorgasbord and he's at the carnival and just going through all the discarded junk food. Anyways, point is, you guys have a lot of food around you as you're kind of sitting there delegating or talking over what your next plan is going to be. So let me get the music back right, and whenever you all are ready.
So, while I was eating, did you figure out anything about the plan? I mean,
He says he says that like he stopped eating. He's got food in his mouth right
I'm still
now.
with yeah.
Well,
I
we need
mean,
a bit more information first.
I'm happy to answer any questions you have. At least
Oh,
to the best of my
at this
ability.
point, I want to say I apologize for shooting you. All I knew was you had our friend, so thanks for sparing him. And I didn't catch your name.
Well, first off, thank you, and I understand entirely. I don't blame you at all. My name is Helga.
Helga, it's wonderful to meet you, and thanks for being so kind to us and giving us a warning about being here. Just a quick clarification. When you said that Finestamp was in shackles and then brought back to his castle and was not seen again, did the castle disappear, or is the castle on this mountaintop?
After he was brought back, it was there for some time until, well, it started flashing and you started seeing these streaks of light. She points up and you can see those kind of aurora borealis, those lines going across the sky there, and those appeared and the world shifted and shook and went all wrong, and this castle was gone.
Ooh.
There are those who say that from time to time, if you go out towards the ledges, that they catch glimpses of it as it once was, but I've never seen so myself.
And this place, this test, this challenge, do you think that we need to meet with Primus before going there? Or is it something we can visit on our own? Because we do intend on going there.
Well, I mean, the main thing, honestly, would be I'm not sure how else you would get there without the help of the giants. It's no easy task to reach such a place. It's very far off. It has no connection to any land. I've noticed a couple of you can fly, but unless all of you are hiding wings under those robes and armor, then I don't know how else you would get there. But aside from that, something like that. But not to mention, as I said, there have been others who have made their way here over time. I'm not sure exactly when. As I said, with the way time moves here, it's hard to say, but every so often, an adventurer or a simply lost wanderer has made their way here. Those who attempted the challenge and failed. Well, without going into too much detail, their equipment was set aside for whoever happens to pass. It's too small for any of us to use, but from what I can tell, it looks like a rather considerable haul.
And you've been here for long enough to know and maybe hear some what the actual challenge is. Is it a puzzle, a monster, a creature? Is it a...
I don't know. If there's one thing that we're sure of, it's whatever might be inside of that floating mountain. It's gonna take something a bit more than simple cleverness to overcome it. No, this is, plain and simple, a test of one's combat prowess.
Gentlemen, any questions?
I'm so stoked. I mean, you should also. I mean, I trust in you guys. I think we, if the test is about fighting, we have motives to fight for. So that's the strength we need. Right, Ragnar?
Yeah.
Does that mean you all mean to take up the challenge then? I'd be lying if I said I hadn't hoped that I might dissuade you, but at least I got to offer you a choice many others did not get. She stands up and walks over towards a desk where she opens a little drawer and pulls out from it a large bell. Bell itself kind of, the handle hooks over and the bell hangs between it. Looks large and brass. And she walks over towards the front door and swings it open. This way when you're ready.
Anyone need a rest before we go? Short or minutes?
Let me see. I think I may.
I'm going to clap my hand into my chest and use lay on hands for my remaining HP left and say, all good.
Yeah, no, all I needed a long rest if we were resting, but nothing.
Same. It's just spells I'm missing.
I mean, if we might go as well to the test, we should do it well rested, right? But I don't
She
have any
peeks
problem
out and looks up both sides of the road there. I suppose we'll have to keep all the curtains and everything drawn and understand one thing, please, if you do intend to bunker here for the night. If it is asked or brought up in any way, I brought you straight to the Primus. Are we agreed?
Of course.
Thank you. I understand.
Absolutely.
The punishment can be rather severe if they find out otherwise, so I do appreciate your... I hate having to ask you to make any deceptions, but I do appreciate it. She goes over, she pulls that large fur carpet kind of over, goes over and grabs what looks to be some kind of sheet. Thinking in my blankets would probably suffocate you, but perhaps this will work, and lays it down on the area there so it's like one massive bed laying drooped across the ground. If you all are hungry, then there's plenty of food. I'll put some a little bit lower for you, and I'll keep the fire burning throughout the night so that way if any of you get cold, just scoot a little closer. With that, she gets up, starts putting out the other candles of the lights, and goes and herself lies down. Anybody doing anything other than taking a long rest?
I'm gonna work on the gym socket I had earlier and try to shape it into the to fit the gym that I have. I think
Okay.
previously you said the gym itself wouldn't fit, so I'm gonna try to get the socket to fit the gym.
Okay. So, taking it out, you have your tinkering tools there. Go ahead and give me that tinkering check, which I believe is going to be your intelligence with proficiency.
Yes.
I think it's the same as your investigation, right?
Yes. And since we're taking a long rest, I'm gonna use my luck dice, so let's give myself advantage on it.
All right.
Of course. And I'm gonna use my last second wind dice to add a D10 to that. Come on, little big. Okay, 16.
16. All right. So, you managed to kind of get it reset there. You end up having to break off a certain back piece of it, but fortunately, with this massive room there, you know that she's not even going to notice the little chunk of her wooden floor that you busted off to carve down and to replace a little socket in the back there and meld it all together and everything. And eventually, you have it fitting in there. Very nice. You know you can be approved upon in the design and everything. It's kind of like that prototype stage, but it fits. It works.
Awesome.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to do just a couple quick casts of some spells. Number one, I wanted to, by way of apology and for her hospitality, kind of wander around the room and cast mending on any broken utensils, furniture scratches, things to spruce up her home a little bit, any like unraveled curtains or anything, just to say thanks.
Okay.
I'll
So
point to the
walk
spot that I'm in.
Yeah. First off, bringing back that little gap now missing out of her floor there, but she probably would have noticed either way, but now you don't have to see it anymore. Not going to trip over it in the morning. Mending up some of the little tattered fraying ends of some of the curtains, and then coming across a shelf that she has up, hung up kind of high there. It takes a little bit to get to a place where you can actually get to it to mend it at all, but once you do, this looks to be bit nicer than all the rest of it. Some very fine giant wood carving and designs. This kind of serpent that twists around the entire edge of the shelf, but it's all banged up, and when you're done mending over it, it's just gorgeous. Something that you might find in an antique shop for much gold. All right, anything else? So you have more spells?
Yes. I wanted to cast Sending and send a message to Aelor Varn.
Okay.
I assume I know roughly what day it is and what month it is. I don't know the calendar of this world yet, but I wanted to send him just a quick message to say, Aelor, we are at the location of the third relic, we believe. The day and month is this, Montag, and we are in a time dilation. So when I send you a sending again, I would ask for you to let us know how much time has passed. You can reply to this message.
So you let off the spell, feel it go through you, same as it ever has. The sending goes off successfully. You don't get a response.
That's interesting. Did I feel like, getting a sense of the weave, that the spell went off successfully? Do I have a sense that it left the mountaintop and just he didn't answer, or do I feel like it might not have been received?
Give me an Arcana check.
Too tough to know. Okay.
Yeah, give me an Arcana on that one.
21.
21. So what you feel is everything else up to a certain point is exactly as it's ever been when you've cast that spell, that same connection to the weave there. The only thing that isn't quite right is there's almost a sense of unfulfilledness to it. Like, it started, it doesn't feel like it's even ended. You can still feel that certain kind of string almost attached to you, pulling off to wherever it's gone through the weave and through time, but it's not as if it didn't, it's not as if it failed. It went, it just hasn't quite dissipated the way it normally does.
Okay, that definitely changes everything I was going to do from now on, so I'll stop casting spells at this point and say, hey guys, we are definitely in a time dilation. The arcane weave is buckled here. And then I'll call it a night.
Jasper, what are you bluffing about? I mean, let me sleep, okay?
So you're saying I'm about to get the best sleep ever? Is what you're saying?
Probably. There's no crickets up here, so yeah.
There you go. So, as everybody goes down for the night there and gets your long rest, strangest thing, Jasper, as you wake up the following morning, that same feeling is there. You can still feel that little thread of weave connected, and you hear the voice, a response. How amazing. Oh, do make sure to document all you can, the current date and time. And he recounts the current date, and it's a week prior to the current date that you know. I'm not sure how that's possible. Do keep me informed. And then finally, that sense of release as that thread snaps off and dissipates into nothingness.
I'll pass that along to the guys, the group, the party, and say, this is exactly the opposite of what I thought. I thought it'd be later, but we're actually going backwards in time. Maybe it's like a wave. I'm going to be distracted for a little bit, gents, as we go. Be looking around, taking notes.
He's over there turning Charlie over there and Always Sunny, just trying to figure out the math. Just
Yeah, got the strings up.
The strings up. All right.
Turn it into Caleb's
Anything
apprentice.
Anything before you all head out?
No.
No.
All right.
I'm just choosing my spell.
So with that, as you all finish your morning preparations, she gets up, of course, serves a massive breakfast, which to her is no more than one egg and a slap of bacon that is an absolute feast for all of you. Basically a massive pile of breakfast foods. I think Finvarr's crying.
Oh, from happiness, I mean.
Finvarr's died and went to heaven.
I mean, this is nearly the most near thing Finvarr believes is heaven, right? I mean,
And she looks over to Torin.
giant food.
He's not going to overheat himself before battle, is he?
No, I think you just gave him the right amount.
Okay. And as she goes over and once everyone's done eating and redonning their armor, goes and opens that front door, you can feel that first bit of the morning, just gusts of wind coming in, barreling down on you. And she grabs that bell, starts walking out. Wait if you ought to follow behind. And once you do, ding, 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 ding. And outside you can see off in the distance a number of giants standing about, some of them working their fields, some of them just seemingly out for some kind of morning walk there. A number of them, large ones, riding by on these massive sleds pulled by what look to be large hair-covered elephants. They all start slowing down as she starts leading you all through town. Finally, reaching an area where the roads kind of curve in, a couple buildings stand about, a large wall curves in on a stone path, beyond which you can see a massive icy throne.
Guys, I think we can take them all.
Shh. They might hear. Okay. Shut it.
Shut up, Torin!
Sitting upon the throne, a massive frost giant, larger than any of the others that stand about there, even larger than some of the giants that are typically considered to be a bit higher on the food chain there. This one is an absolute beast, but he sits there quietly staring at your group as she stops behind you all. She drops down and kneels, setting the bell down on the floor behind you all, and speaks in giant. Who understands giant? Does anybody understand giant? Torin does. So you understand her.
I'm
Primus,
translating to them.
these little folk have made their way to the town. I have found them and brought them to you. They wish to take the challenge. He stands up, massively towering. Only the tree behind him even comes close to challenging his sheer size. A good 40 feet tall. He looks over all of you, sits down. You hear her ask her if they speak giant. I do not believe so, Primus. And he, so be it, stands up, walks a step towards you all. Hello, little folk. I am Ephraim Primus. You all have come to take the challenge. Is that true? knowing Helka, she has explained to you what happens if you fail, has she not?
Well, we'll probably be dead anyway, so yes.
He kneels down, gets real close, leans in. I mean, the top half of his face is about your size there as he gets real close to you, Torin. His eye looking up and down. Looks down at your pistols there. Interesting. Gets back, stands up, steps back over in front of his throne there, grabs the pauldron off his shoulder and rips it off and throws it to the ground there. Grabs at his kilt, rips it off and throws it to the ground on the opposite side. Do your worst. Make me bleed. And he stands still. No defenses. He's dropped everything, exposing himself. As Helka takes a step back.
This is a PG Twitch stream.
I look over to the left and right, look at everybody, like, well, who's going first?
Oh, you, buddy.
I'm stepping first.
Don't be cowardly now. Prove yourselves.
Without a word, I mean, I'm going to launch at himself. I'm going to strike him with my dagger spear at melee. I mean, in the chest, in an honorly way. I'm going to try and hit him.
All right. Go for it.
While he's doing that, can I look over at Jasper and ask if he could hit me with a firebolt?
I'm not the fireball guy. I think that's Ragnar, actually.
Or Ragnar, yeah, Ragnar.
Yeah.
So whoever can hit me with just fires, any sort of fire.
I'll just take out my saber that's on fire.
Just burn him with it. Just.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 26 to hit. I roll
That
with
hits.
advantage using
That hits.
luck. And then, as I dig my dagger into him, I'm going to use with my bonus action a divine smite of 2nd level.
All right.
So be an extra 26. Okay, 12 damage from the divine smite, and the dagger is 11. So in total is 23 damage. And as I finish my blow, I'm going to pull the dagger and stand in front of him, as waiting for approval.
So as you run in, bring the dagger in, see it kind of bursts in. The first layer of his skin, it's almost like trying to chisel through pure ice to get something hidden beneath it. It breaks through, but he barely flinches. Doesn't seem to move at all. He looks down. Is that all you've got? All of you. Let's see it. He doesn't move. Finvarr's made his move. Who's next?
Did Ragnar's sword, his flames count towards the gauntlets, or did that be hit with a spell?
I'll give you that one. Fire is a fire. I'll give it to you.
I guess I can go next. I'm gonna use know your enemy, know thy enemy, as my bonus action. And know your enemy. And I'm gonna see his vulnerabilities.
Doesn't seem to have any particular vulnerabilities.
Okay. Then, with the new gauntlets that now fire, I'm gonna take the first shot with a pistol.
Go for it. Do it.
29,
That hits.
and that's going to be a total of 16 points of fire damage.
16 fire. All right.
And then the second one is going to be. Let's make this one a menacing attack. That is 23 to hit,
That'll hit.
and that
Silly
is. It rolled damage too, so what did it roll for the damage?
Roll 10.
So 10 fire damage plus a d8 is another 3, so 13. Is it just 10? Yeah, there's 13 points of fire damage.
All right.
And he has to make a DC 16 wisdom save.
DC 16 wisdom.
Yes.
All right. Which he comes in with a, what's that, a 23. So,
Okay. I'll just stop there for now.
there. So as you move in, start taking, they do manage to, you see when they hit the shoulders, he shifts one side, hits the other, shifts again. He looks over towards you. Yes, good. Who's next?
All right, I suppose that's me. I'm the one with the sword out.
All right.
I'm going to point at him as I start to walk towards him and cast, as my bonus action, Hex.
Okay, and you can see as it goes over and it gets a little flash in his eyes and he looks at you and a big grin goes across his face.
And I'm going to green flame blade him with my sword.
All right, go for it.
Awesome. It's going to be a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Awesome. It's going to be 7 necrotic plus. Sorry, hold on. 7 necrotic plus another. Was it just showing me 3? 3 flame, fire, and another 3 necrotic.
All right, so 7, 3, and 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn, I got low rolls.
Numbers. All right. So those hits go off. He seems still a little bit of buckling in his back there, but straightens it back up. And everyone, as he flexes, you can see some of the wounds that left little singes there kind of ice over. Who's next? Ira, Jasper?
I'll step up. I'll point my staff up in the air above him. I'll kind of swirl it around and cast Call Lightning on him, which is a dex save.
A dex what?
14. Damage. Oh, what the heck?
Ooh. You're rolling 11.
He rolled an 11. Okay,
An
so
11.
he's gonna take 8 lightning damage
8 lightning damage.
from 3d10s.
That's crazy.
I am so upset right now, man. That's a level 3 spell slot.
All right, you got anything else?
No, well, if I only have my action, so.
And at the moment that lightning hits him, while it is causing some damage from where you guys are looking, it's just the most epic aura farming ass thing you've ever seen, as he just looks like he's charging his shit up. All right, Jasper, what you got?
Did it look like he was being healed by it?
He didn't look like he was being healed. Looks like he was just getting his rocks off to it.
Oh, okay.
He was having a good
Well,
time.
I think I'm going to save that nat 20. So I'm just going to upcast Witch Bolt to 3rd level and smack him. I'll use a portent die of 9. So I rolled a 9 plus 8. That's 18 to hit.
18 hits.
All right, and the damage. Oh, dang! A 1 and a 2. That bites.
Hey, if it makes it feel better, I got a 1 and a 1 and a 6 on 3d10.
Yeah, so that's only 19 damage.
19.
Yep. Lightning bolt. Or lightning ball, I should say.
Make sure I add that. So total damage from everybody all together was, what's that? 92. Ooh, just barely. All right, so now keep in mind this is all happening kind of in order, but somewhat broken apart there as Finvarr moves in with the dagger, chips away a little bit, but isn't quite able to break through. Torin fires off. Ragnar slices through with his fiery flames there. Of course, Ira bringing down some lightning, and then of course Jasper going in there and supercharging it from down under, blasting it up there. With that, you can see his body flex hard there, and that outer layer of almost kind of frost that covers over him seems to burst open, almost like glass shattering off of him, and each of those wounds splits open, and a thick splash of blood comes from each of those orifices and hits the ground there, and he drops down and good. You have done well. Ugh. And he falls back against his chair there and leans up. None of the little folk has ever been able to draw my blood. But I can see your group possesses the power. Hopefully the power necessary for what lies beyond. Has Helka explained any of it to you? None.
No.
Nope.
Did you not have time with her?
No, she found us and rang the bell.
It is as she should. He gets back up. A couple of the other frost giants, more regular ones, come over and place their hands on him. You can see little shines of ice kind of not heal up, but just leave chunks of frost over his wounds. Seems to straighten him out a bit as he stands back over. Well, I suppose it's time we get you all ready then. We do have some wares for your type, but do not take too long gathering things. We need to get you to the mountain. Bring, and he raises the hand up. One of them walks over with a large chest that he sets down, opens up, and kicks over. And a number of items come pouring out of this thing. First off, who's checking first? Some of y'all didn't send me something, so I'll work with what we got here. But we'll make sure everything gets in as it should be. All right. First off, Jasper, actually.
Okay.
One of the first things that you notice, there's a number of things that come pouring out here or there, but first thing you notice is a rather interesting looking book that slides out across the top of all these things here. On the top of the book there, you can see it's got each of the symbols for each of the schools of magic engraved in the front cover.
Gents, hope you don't mind if I just check this out real quick.
Be my guest.
As long as it doesn't look warded, I'll take a look inside.
Look inside. So, inside, this is printed on the inside there. It's listed as the Book of Knowing. Put a long thing short as you flip through it. No simple identify is necessary here. It's written in the front page of the book. It's its own description there. This book somehow seems to possess every known spell listed in there. Every spell gathered all together, somewhat similar to spell scrolls, though they can't be cast directly from it like a spell scroll. But aside from that, an extra little twist of it, it seems that when copied from this book, any spell copied into your own spell book from here is at half the cost of a normal spell.
This is priceless. Look at Ragnar. I know you don't use spell books, but this is, I'll share this with you later, this is priceless. It makes me a little worried about what challenge we may face if we were finding something like this on the outside.
Sounds like you found something quite impressive.
1 second.
That's amazing.
Torin. Notice lying on the ground there, rather strange looking shield. Very fanciful shield, very well made.
Jasper, could you help me? It looks interesting, but feels pretty good on the hand.
Sure, yeah. Start ritually casting Identify on anything that anyone wants.
All right, so that one is, so kind of as you guys are gathering things, that right there is the Sentinel shield.
Nice, that's amazing.
Ira, finding and identifying a pair of boots of elven kind.
Cool.
Okay, 1 second. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to figure out some of these last minute adjustments we're doing here.
I mean, I'm really scared of of what's about to come, right?
So, Finvarr, you do find a sword there. Let me assume it's been identified, but I'll have to go back and identify, actually what it is later on. So we'll retcon that later on when I can figure out what it's going to be.
I'm going to pick it up, and I don't want Jasper to identify it. To look it and. Ooh,
Got it.
really, really cool sword, and I'm going to put it on my belt, and that's it. I mean, I only need my dagger, but it's okay. Another weapon. Don't mind me.
Ragnar, I didn't get your list, so, and I know you kind of saw it last minute. So, do you want to just hold off on it and we'll slide in there next session or whatever it is that that you got?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. I'll send you a list.
Okay. And then, aside from that, finally, where did that go? And Jasper, you also find strange kind of ring there. Seems to fit on 2 fingers. Once you cast your identify on it, find out it is a ring of ring of, God damn it, my brain is being dumb, y'all. I've had a very long day. Ring of Spellstorm. Yes, yeah, it's a ring of Spellstorm. Yeah, right. There you go.
Sling ring.
The sling ring. That's it. Plem finds nothing. You get nothing, Plem.
Damn, what did Plum do to deserve that kind of hate?
He knows what he did. He knows.
I'm sorry, you said ring of...
Ring of Spellstorm.
Oh, fantastic.
And with that, he stands up, waves another hand there, and a number of them walk out with these kind of little packs there. They sit down, open up, and inside of it, strange little things in there. 2 guys, they're pretty decent size. They're almost like cloaks, but with some kind of rigid structures inside, and he sets them much in front of you one by one. These will help you get there where you need to be. They're almost like very archaic wingsuits. And then another group comes. These ones with bowls. They sit down and lean over and gesture for you all to get inside. 1 for each.
I mean, we came here flying in an airship. I don't think. I think this will be safe. And I'm
Like a
going
giant
to hop
catapult?
on one of them.
Do we have to grab one of those archaic wingsuits that they brought out as well, or?
Yeah. They more or less, they kind of just seem to sit on your shoulders, strap around the chest, and there it is. They don't seem to be magical, so they don't seem to have any like ability to, like you can't open them and flap and fly or anything. But I think it could be helpful. Control a descent, let's say.
I cast guidance on myself.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll get in a bowl.
And is everybody in the bowl?
Yeah.
I put the suit on first, but yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's
I don't wanna
that's
take
smart.
it off immediately.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yep.
And so, with that, he stands up, and they start walking beyond the throne, beyond the trees. They're all carrying you all in a straight line behind him. Kind of feel the bowl just swaying back and forth. The giants carrying you don't look down, though. They face off forward. It's almost ceremonial. And when they finally reach the edge of where these trees are, it gives way to a long cliff that seems to wrap all the way around. In the distance, you can see all the mountains that all seem to circle around this almost kind of mountain-filled crater. And off in the center of that, a massive chunk of land floats.
It's almost like inverted from the last place we went, right?
And on the edge there of the cliffs itself, a number of large, even compared to the giants, extremely large trebuchets. They walk over, and as you guys are kind of sitting in the bowls there, and they set them down, the bowls seem to clamp into the very buckets of the trebuchets. The
Wait.
Primus stops, points up to the different lines of light scattering to the skies. Keep to the rifts. Follow them down. Are you ready?
Wait for what exactly? Yeah, I mean, to be launched, yeah.
I think as ready as we'll ever be.
Good. Moonblades, roll out. And he grabs, puts an arm down. They all pull at the different cords to each one of these trebuchets and launch you all. The bucket stops at the end. You all launch straight skyward. You are flying. Next thing you know, you are high, high above any of these mountains. You can look around, and for that brief moment of for a moment, you almost think you've escaped gravity. But surprise, surprise, you have not. As the descent starts, arcing you over, flying faster and faster down towards you. You can see the mountain down in the center there, off ahead of you, dropping faster and faster. There are different lines of those little magical rifts all around you. You can use either acrobatics or athletics. Try to control your descent here. Assuming you are aiming for, because keep in mind, these things are letting you steer, but there doesn't seem to be any way of deceleration. So you are building up speed as you're flying faster and faster down. So unless you're just making a straight dive bomb towards the thing there, what are y'all doing? Are you aiming for the magical rifts, or you have another plan?
I think we gotta aim for the magical rifts. You don't think?
Directly aiming.
And excellent.
Do I get my guidance that I said I cast it this prison?
Did you cast it?
I did. I was being serious. I'm just asking.
All right, yeah, if you cast it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. 13 plus a D4.
Nat 1 for me.
Nat 1, all right. What was the
15.
total? What was the total? We don't do nats for
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah, I got a 19.
All right. So, as you all kind of tuck in there, almost kind of a loose formation as you're descending down there, Jasper, with this non-magical bullshit, seems to be having a little bit of difficulty there. Not to mention the heavy armor, a little clunky, you know. So he's trying to get it. As you all shift in and fly towards one of the holes there, pass through it, Jasper shifts a little bit sideways there. Almost, you can kind of feel the thing buckling in before you straighten it out, and you pass through a different rift. Now, Jasper, as you're passing through this rift there, it breaks open. As each of you pass through, it's almost like your momentum goes from 100 to 0 for a second. You can still fall, but all that velocity kind of is drained out of it as each time you pass through one of these rifts. So it slows a little bit. you're going, but from where you're at, Jasper, you kind of turn towards where the mountain is. And it's different. It's still there, but you can see these chunks of this massive castle spread out across the top of it before you hit another rift and it's gone.
So the
As you
Aurora
all-
Borealis is a rift in time, not just pretty colors in the sky.
Oh, yes. It's as you all twist in here. Now, for the rest of you, as you all were going down and you are about to hit one of these right before you're about to go through yours, some of you looked over to your side there and you could see off in the distance near another rift what you're pretty sure was yourselves passing by. That moment later, you pass through that rift, and then now you're in the opposite position, watching yourself passing the rift you just went through. Continue descending faster and faster down. That sudden momentum loss bring you back up a little bit. Let me get another acrobatics or athletics from everybody.
13.
10.
That is my third 12 on the D20 in a row.
17.
I just want to put that out there.
11.
All right, so Jasper turns it, trying to move your angle back in, your trajectory back towards the side that they are, trying to catch one of those rifts. Now, as they pass through another one, they kind of reappear just beside you through a rift that you had just missed coming over your head when a lot of you passed through that one. Ragnar shifted off to his side, passing through a rift, having a similar experience, though seeing different parts of the tower here, different parts of this castle. Some sections that Jasper had seen are gone. Other sections that weren't there before, Ragnar could see before he passes through another one. You guys continue the descent. Every so often, you pass through one rift that brings you higher than that rift was to begin with. At this point, you're all kind of coming in from a V side. Give me one more round of acrobatics and athletics.
Ragnar, you and I are going to either end up 40 years older or in diapers.
15.
23. Or wait, 21.
Shit. 13.
You should be good, Finvarr. That's what I rolled the past 2 times.
14 for me again.
Okay.
10.
I say Ragnar just got rid of a lot of BS. Would it be crazy to turn him into a 6-year-old right now? That'd be insane, right? That would be just unhinged. Okay. I'm gonna calm down. Oh,
Until a baby me or old me peed in my pants.
Or just me.
Or just...
so with that is enough, though. You managed to pull it back in with the group as you all barely pass through from opposite sides, kind of crisscrossing the same rift and passing through before you go through in this fall to the ground there. The descent is very soft. It's like jumping off of something, 5-6 feet high. Your knees buckle a little bit, but you're just fine by the time you land there. And you're in this very rocky kind of little pocket on the side of the mountain, this floating mountain here. The only ways that are obvious are up, aside from one single little vertical rift that sits in the center of this pocket.
Ivo, what do you think? You see any tracks? See a path?
can I take a look?
Yeah, looking around there, no signs of any kind of path there. Again, the only way you see is upwards aside from the rift there. You're kind of in this, so here's the very side of the mountain here. I mean, there's this little slice of it that you guys are sitting on a little platform down here. Everything else is just upwards. And then you have that one little rift sitting in the middle.
Then can I attempt to look for what would be the safest way up towards that rift?
Safest way. So the rift is just off ahead of you. The rift is literally about right in the center of this little
Oh, okay. I
this
was
little pocket of
misunderstanding.
space.
Roll up,
Okay.
maybe through, and I'm going to poke my hand into a rift, and then my head to see, I mean, if there's other side of or anything.
So as he steps forward and it touches it, from your guys' end, Finvarr flashes out of existence there.
Oh no, this could be another event like what happened with Torin.
Elemental plane of fire.
Oh no.
No, not fire.
I just look at Jasper like, we've already been through this, we gotta go after him.
Welcome
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
far
Let's go.
realms, fuckhead.
Elemental plane of cheese. It would be nice. I mean, anything like that.
I was gonna come right after Finvarr going through that rift.
Yeah, having visions of what happened to Torin. Yeah,
Yep.
jump ahead.
The PTSD is real thick.
So you all rush through and touch the rift as well.
Yep.
And so give me a second. Some of this music is not quite.
What, this nice calming
It
music?
works fine. Yeah, right. It's not quite. Oh well. Moving on. So, as you all step forward and touch it, passing through, you can look around and immediately see that you've been somehow thrown through the ages. As you now stand in what appears to be some kind of small courtyard with a similar shape to that pocket of space you were standing in before. But dark stone steps to what appears to be they twist upwards, this little section, to what appears to be some kind of time-warped fusion of this floating mountain and that massive castle looming far overhead.
Guys, and I look back and see everyone else poofing in my existence. Oh, okay. I mean, I thought I came along.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Does this look like the castle that Helka described as being Feinstamp's castle?
It does.
I mean, it's black and it's creepy, so
Very
maybe.
likely so. The castle that disappeared.
So, how we proceed? Stealthily, without any remorse, or I mean, Jasper?
This place is huge. We could search here forever, but it would be handy if we could find a trail or some tracks.
Maybe.
I'll take another look to see if there's any obvious worn path now that the castle is also here.
So, at this point, the area that you guys are standing in is still the kind of courtyard is very simple. Some of these old, flower pots and different sections for things that are at this point overgrown. And certain sections of it are still just that cliff wall where it's kind of fused with the different timelines there. And then ahead of you is that winding, ascending staircase that goes up the side of the mountain.
I think the safest bet's just up the staircase.
What do you
Yeah.
guys think? Stealthy?
I think so.
Just going to grab the tilt of the new sword I got and say, I mean, we really have to do this every time.
There's no saying what could be in there.
Yeah, but for sure we came here to overcome it.
Yeah. The point is to surprise it, I think, if possible.
I mean, I don't think any of Feinstein makings is going to. I mean, look at last time, right? We couldn't be. Okay, I take the point. I might as well not die the first one. I'm going to try and go the stairs stealthily.
All right. So,
well,
as you all start ascending the stairs there, the winds are still pretty cold and heavy here. And then on these dark stone that covers the walls up beside the staircase, another mural carved into it. The mural itself, the first section of it, depicts a victorious Ragvar standing off to his side, facing kind of back to back, but much shorter there. The familiar image of Findstamp. And surrounding and at both of their feet, the simple depictions of what appears to be the soul-forged army. The next image moves on. Seems to depict people turning on the king. Which then shows the king turning on Findstamp, serving him up to the people and dragging him with chains back to his castle and locking him away. And there's a certain, almost a shift in the style there, as if the rest of the murals were done by a different artist. From there, it seems to show Findstamp in his castle, and with all his different machines and experiments. An image that depicts, looks like him holding some kind of a hourglass. Inside of the hourglass, each grain of sand replaced with another depiction of him. And that's where it ends. The rest of the way up the stairs, see the entrance, massive door. Not nearly as big as those giant doors, but a good 12 feet tall, coming together at a point there at the top. Massive two-sided doors that lead into the lower levels of the castle. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight, y'all. It's a little shy, but that's where, I know we're a little shy of 7, but that's going to be the best stopping point for the evening, I think.
man.
I was getting all into it.
1 more hour. One
One more hour.
I mean, yeah, that was a great session. I can't wait for next week. No.
Well, that's a great.
All right.
If I
So,
didn't have work in the morning.
right. All right. So first off, so for today, for everything dealing first off with first section, Helka, all your guys' plotting and everything having to do with that, go ahead and take 300 XP each. For first off, for the kind of simple interaction, but also added in there the fact that you did make him bleed. I'm gonna count that as a victory here. So take an additional 950 XP for Afram Primus.
Woohoo, I'm level 8.
Nice.
Hey, congrats.
Nice.
Oh, dang it. I'm almost level 8.
Let's go. I just hit level 8 too.
And take another 60. Take another 85 for your guys' daring descent.
85?
85?
Another 85 on top of it.
So what is that? 1,335.
I don't know. I just throw numbers out sometimes. Yeah.
Did I do the math quickly enough?
Quicker than me. All right. Well, as always, thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with us. Clem's out there somewhere. I know he's probably passed out by now. But thank everybody for coming out. We always appreciate it. We can go ahead and, of course, we gotta show some love to some of the fellow streamers out there. Let's see who is. I think last time they got off as soon as I sent it over there, so we'll send it elsewhere for the evening. All right. So we are getting it all gathered up there. Go ahead, join the raid. Go over, say hello, and we will see you all. Oh, that's right. Next week, I'm sorry, I just started a new job, and so next week I got to train on Monday. So next week we will not be here. It's gonna be the first one off in what over 30 sessions. We almost made it all the way through the year, but gotta do what you gotta do. So next week no session, but then hopefully, depending on how all the training and bullshit and all that stuff goes, we'll be back the week after that. So thank everybody for coming out. Catch you later. Peace.
Bye bye.